Hey guys, Dantix back with another Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty and patch 2.0 video. Its release brings with it major changes to attribute, skills and perks. The perk tree in particular has been completely overhauled, with not a single perk remaining the same. So let's go through all the options you have now by showcasing real gameplay of each new perk path. Let me know below which interests you the most. The first path I want to showcase is within the body tab, shotguns and light machine guns. Spontaneous obliteration is the best perk here. It basically makes enemies explode, giving you various buffs. We also have rip and tear, only affecting shotguns, and onslaught, only affecting light machine guns. So rip and tear makes it so that if you quick melee attack, like so, your next attack will do double damage with your shotgun. Inversely, if you do a shotgun blast, your next attack will do double damage. So it encourages you to get up and close and missed that guy. Get up and close and in your face to enemies with shotguns and quick melee attacks. If they're low health, or if you basically kill them in one shot, you have a chance to obliterate the target, which dismembers them. And there's a lot of passive bonuses within the perk tree that benefits dismembering enemies. So it's a very gory tree. It makes people randomly explode around you. It does a hell of a lot of damage. There we go. Obliterated. Does a hell of a lot of damage, and it's just very satisfying. There's a real chunk to attacks, especially with shotguns, like so. Beautiful sounding. Now, it's hard to play and to narrate, so I'm going to be quite bad at this. Perfect timing. Missed the shot completely. I'm using a Mox shotgun, and I think I haven't given you a good impression of how it really feels. So I've decided to do it again with the shotgun, just real quick. We'll just do the starting area here. All right, let me get in close. Bash, shotgun blast. Now the rip and tear perk doesn't apply to light machine guns, but almost everything else does. So what we'll do is I'll just mow through these enemies here, set this starting section, and I'll switch to light machine guns. Ooh, blew him into the wall. Let's do it. I had to craft this light machine gun because I didn't have one before, so it's not quite as good as the shotgun is in terms of rarity. But as you can see, light machine guns have a lot more range, a lot more ammo. I can just keep plowing through these enemies. Obviously, they're not very accurate, but they don't need to be obliterated. So being able to obliterate at range, and because it's a chance based on the enemy's health, the lower the higher the chance. So rapid firing weapons like this, as you can see, just give a higher chance of obliterating the target. You're going to see a lot more of that with the light machine gun than you will with shotguns. Also, you notice that as I kill enemies, I'm getting my ammo back. This was a wrong time to say that, but have a look at this. Bam, ammo back. So light machine guns pretty much can fire continuously as long as you have low stamina. You can see stamina in the top left there. See how it goes down when I shoot? And now that I'm at the lowest stamina, I do the most amount of damage, best fire rate, the lowest spread. All of those perks work together with the amount of stamina that you have, making for a surprisingly potent build. Or you can go into the body tree and focus on blunt weapons. We have Wrecking Ball, which lets you charge through enemies and potentially knock them down. We also have Quake, which lets you press F and then knock everything around you down. The higher you are, the more damage you do. We also have a finisher, this one here, Finisher Savage Sling. It lets you actually pick up enemies and throw them. Fantastic. I'll do it a little later, but let's charge on in with Wrecking Ball and just smack away at them. I won't do the finishers just yet. Here's Quake. So I jumped and pressed Q. Everything around me just gets obliterated. So I think this is probably my favorite tree out of everything in 2.0. I'm not using the best weapon here because I had to craft this one. Usually if you use a big hammer, it has a much more satisfying donk sound than the baseball bat has, but you get the idea. This is one of the weaker weapons, and I'm still mostly one-shotting these guys. Well, not there, that was a bad... caster's curse, huh? Alright, let's show one of the finishers here. Let's pick him up by holding F, and now I can take this guy anywhere I want. I feel kind of like Donkey Kong, and just throw him right at his friend there with a satisfying splat. Wrecking Ball through these guys, smack him around, Quake, whoop, hit an innocent. Guess the police want me now. Alright, let's get up high. You can actually block attacks and you reduce your damage, I think, by 40%, but there's no point. I'm pretty tanky with the body tree. I'm not seeing any melee guys as well, so I can't counterattack, but I won't bother showing that off. Basically, you just block at the right time and you counterattack for big damage. Let's Quake again. Boom! Actually, let me restart and show you it again. The longer you fall from a great height, the more damage you do. Like so. What I also didn't mention is there's a few bonuses within this path that lets you do more to things that are knocked down. So it just so happens that most things will knock people down, including throwing their companions at them. Oh, that crunch sound is beautiful. Come here. That was a regular finisher without picking him up. Let me see if I can try that again. Knock him down. Up. No, killed him too quick. Alright, let's try it with this one. Knock him down. Nope, killed him too quick. It looks like you might have to deal with only seeing it once. Nope, killed her too quick. Okay. That's the caster curse, right? So the body tree lets you use baseball bats for up close. You can probably use your gorilla arms too if you need to. Let's just kill the cop there. You've got the light machine guns for range, and you've got shotguns for up close as well. Or I guess you'd say close mid-range. So let's just get a few more kills and then we'll move on to the next tree. Charge on in. Smack him out. I'm just not getting the option to finish these guys. I'm killing them too quickly. Let's see, I can block damage from the front like so. And let's Quake him. Oh, satisfying way to finish this one off. So in the reflexes tree, let's take a look at assault rifles and SMGs first. Now this path really just gives a lot of buffs to both these weapon types. You get a lot of improvements to stamina cost, damage, and so forth. Salt in the Wound is for assault rifles and submachine gun fun is for SMGs. I'll show off both. So Salt in the Wound does a ridiculous amount of damage if you hit the same target 7 times, which it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do because I have fully upgraded this assault rifle, so naturally I'm just going to burn through all these targets really easily. But you see the point. Look, it's just a straightforward tree, all about just shooting targets. Just put your crosshairs on them and click. That's it. That's all this tree does. There's no other skills, there's nothing to it. Now I do have a few of the mobility perks active as well. They're about dodging and air dodging, and I'll leave them up to you to have a look at, but nothing that I really need to show off here. Now, I should swap to submachine guns to show you what that looks like. Now, I just crafted this submachine gun, so it's not going to be as strong as the assault rifle, and submachine gun fun, I'm just using the Kresnikov here. Submachine gun fun is much better when you swap from, let's say, your katana to your submachine gun. You get large bonuses for doing so. So submachine guns are really good mid-range or close range, whereas assault rifles are better for your mid to long range encounters. You can see that's one of the air dodging maneuvers I just did there. I'm just burning through these enemies. This showcase for reflex is going to be so quick. You can see that submachine guns as well. It's all about just pointing and clicking. That's what this perk tree is all about. Now, I'm not saying it's not fun. I mean, you'll find a lot of different weapon types within assault rifles and SMGs that have their own unique effects. There's a ton of iconics in this game, especially with the upcoming expansion. So you'll have a lot to play around with if you want to focus just on running and gunning. This perk tree is the way to go, if so. Now, if you want to be more up close, Reflexes has a blade focus tree, which is all about reflecting bullets with your katanas. It's about charging up heavy attacks to close the distance very quickly from a quite surprisingly long range. And it's all about just finishing your opponents with your blade itself. So you're very quick, especially with the middle reflex tree. Let me show you now. Charge up the heavy attack and you leap on in like so. Then you just proceed to channel your inner lawnmower and spam your basic attacks. You use your charge attack to close the distance. You can use your cyberware. That's a finishing move there. Kind of bugged out through another opponent. There's another finisher there. and you can reflect bullets back at your targeting reticule. So wherever you're targeting will reflect the bullets back to that location. So if I hold my right mouse button, it'll be different for consoles. Should stop firing. Let me get back up there. Oh, it didn't latch up. Let me get back up there. All right. So if I hold right click, it'll reflect bullets. Now if I perfectly time it like so, you'll reflect it back instantly where it came from. And here is a finishing move. Boom. I was hoping that would chop his head off. So blades are more the ninja fantasy, better for sneaking, better for going really quickly around the battlefield versus blunt weapons, which are more about brute force and just face tanking bullets. The next set of perks are within the tech tree. Now I'm probably going to show all of these off together as the first two need support, or rather they are supporting trees. So this is all about throwing grenades, using consumable items. It gives you more charges and makes them more potent. Also, the capstone makes you a ticking time bomb when you activate your cyberware, so that's pretty cool. The middle tree just gives you much more cyberware capacity, and it unlocks slots for your cyberware, giving you much more that you can equip. And finally, the edge runner capstone makes it so you have a small chance, based on the amount that you're over capacity, to go into a berserk state, dealing a ton more damage. Then this tree dedicated to tech-specific weapons, helping them charge quicker and do chain lightning attacks. Now, I just wanted to show you that we're 47 over capacity. As you can see, we have a lot of cyberware on, and that's going to impact the gameplay, especially with the Edge Runner perk that will let us break out into a rage. So let's begin. I'm using a tech rifle here. I had to just craft it so it won't be very strong. Using the Sand Devastin, I should eventually explode because of ticking time bomb. There it is. Beautiful. So activating your cyberware will just set off that time bomb. Now I could throw grenades, but I've got the missile launch system arms like so, which gets all the bonuses for explosives. But if you had grenades, they would just keep recharging. You don't have a limited number, so you could just throw multiples. I actually prefer to use grenades, but just for the sake of this video, we'll use this. So what I'll try to do now is I'll try to charge it just perfectly to get the chain lightning like so. You do a lot of bonus damage and it arcs to other people. If you let it fully charge though, tech weapons fully charge, you miss the opportunity of getting that lightning spark. So you do need to be fairly quick with letting go at the right time. You can see as it charges in the middle of the gun, there'll be a perfect moment where you need to release it. So just keep an eye on that, or just get used to the sound. Oh, I missed him completely. Now, there it is. So tech has a lot of options for supporting your other attribute builds. I personally use this as a primary all the way through the DLC. I loved explosives, I loved using tech weapons, and I love just decking myself out in cyberware. This is it, listen. So there's a chance on kill to enter this cyber psychosis state, and let's not kid ourselves, it's meant to imitate cyber psychosis. As the more you chrome yourself up, the higher chance you'll have of activating this state. Then we move on over to the cool tree, where we have a focus on pistols and sniper rifles, as well as precision rifles and revolvers. Complete opposite to the body tree, you get bonuses for having high stamina. With high stamina, you slow down time, you do a huge amount of bonus damage, and with the capstone, your revolvers, precision rifles, and sniper rifles deal guaranteed critical hits, and the further away you are, the more damage you do, whereas the capstone for pistols makes it so it doesn't consume stamina when you're hip firing, making so you can whip out your pistol and take down enemies when you want to conserve your stamina for sniping. And the middle tree is all about stealth and making stealth better. So the gameplay with this tree is fairly straightforward. You want a pistol for when she hits the fan, and you want a sniper rifle or a pistol with a longer range and a suppressor for stealthing around. Now I'm using active camo here. It's an ability you get from particular cyberware, and I'm using legs that make me stealthy as well. So you can see you can get in, they still haven't noticed me, and I could just snipe them all day. But what I'm going to do instead is I'll get over here and I'll whip out a sniper rifle and show you just kind of how that works. Here we go. You can see it slows down time because I have full stamina. Check the stamina at the top left when I zoom in. Boom. It goes down per shot. So I'll wait for it to go back up and then I'll take another shot. and it slows down time each time, so I can actually take 2 shots because the time dilation hasn't worn off yet. So you can probably clear full rooms if you have a fast enough sniper rifle. But don't forget, it's bonuses that you get for having full stamina. So if I went in guns blazing, my stamina would be fairly low and all of these bonuses wouldn't really apply. So we need to use pistols in particular in order to really utilize the bonuses that we get. Specifically, we need to shoot from the hip and not zoom in, like so. And we'll get some enemies in here and I can show you as well. See, our stamina doesn't go down, so I could switch to a sniper rifle now, or I could zoom in with this pistol and get all the bonuses, like the time dilation or the dead eye perk, which gives me tons of damage and tons of crit damage. So this is an amazing build. Now, if you want to be really flashy, the rightmost tree in cool is all about thrown weapons, specifically focusing on throwing daggers. It is all about sliding and getting guaranteed critical hits with the daggers, all about regenning them, all about dealing poison damage, and it's got these really long range finishing moves that you can do when you've lodged a knife in an enemy. You press F and you just essentially teleport to them. This tree goes very well with blades, as of course knives are blades, so if you do use them in a melee fashion instead of throwing them, they can be quite potent. So like pistols and snipers, it's good to utilize stealth with your knives as well, as you will get more damage for doing so, but you can just get up close and personal and chop them up and finish them off. Now if you use a knife as a melee weapon, the finisher will be quite different, but you can hold right click and then press left click and you throw the weapon. I'm using a finisher here. Now if you throw the weapon to nothing or lodge it in someone, you can walk right up to where it is and it will pick up and you can throw it again. It isn't a limited supply like it was in the base game. So you see me throwing the knife into someone like so, and then holding F, and you leap to them and pull the knife out. That does huge damage. It's very quick and very flashy. You'll see here, hold F, bang, finishing move. And you can be quite far from the target when you do this. So if I show you here, hold F, I leap that full distance and pull the knife out. So it's quite a potent combination. Also, you haven't been seeing here, but if you get a headshot, you get a guaranteed amount of damage, you get poison damage, all that good stuff. I've been just throwing it against their body, so let me try for the head. There you go. Extreme amounts of damage. Now let's get up the top. Oh no, wait, I changed my double jump cyberware out for better sneaking legs, so you just have to finish them like this. So throwing knives are quite potent and a really good combination with the blade perks. Now the intelligence tree is where you go if you want to be a cyber magician, specifically quick hacking targets. This whole left tree is about making your quick hacks better. Within this tree, you have smart weapons and you also have damage boosts to Monowire, both of which get bonuses when you do quick hack targets. So I will be showing you Monowire specific gameplay with quick hacking, and I'll be showing you what smart weapons are like with quick hacking. Now you get your mana or RAM back when you finish a target with Monowire, ability you unlock, as well as a smaller amount just for attacking them. You also unlock the ability to queue up spells or quick hacks on a particular target. You can overclock, which lets you use health instead of using your RAM or your mana, and other various buffs. To be completely honest, I haven't used much quick hacking. I haven't used an intelligence build very often in this game compared to all the other builds I've done. It's just not my playstyle, so I'm not going to give you the best idea of how this plays because I simply don't have that many quick hacks. As you can see, Sonic Shock, System Collapse. I'll just queue them up so you can see what it's like to queue up particular quick hacks. You can see my cyber deck has a large amount of RAM, but not the most you can get in the game. So these guys have all been quick hacked, so if I use the Monowire, I'm going to get my RAM back for doing so. This build is really about using as many quick hacks as you can, then whipping out the Monowire and finishing a target, like so, to get your RAM back. He glitched through the floor, so pretend you didn't see that. And you can also auto attack with your Monowire to get a smaller amount back. And then you can hack cameras if you want to be more stealthy. You can go in behind enemy lines and pick only quick hacks that are stealth based and don't reveal your position. can make people kill themselves. You can spread effects to other targets if our weapon glitch and then use the monowire. Big damage, lots of RAM back. And that's basically how this works. It seems simple, but it's quite complicated. This is probably the most complicated build path you can take because there's a lot of quick hacks you can get. You have to swap them in and out. You have to know what you want to do. They all have different effects. You can spread them. You can queue up a particular order of quick hacks that works very well together. Now, I've gone in monowires blazing, but you can take a real stealth approach with this kind of build just because they don't always know you're there with particular quick hacks. And it'll tell you on the quick hacks themselves if you're revealed or not. And I just realized I haven't used the overclock mode. So if I was to press E right now, I would overclock and therefore could use my health in order to quick hack. I've got full RAM right now, so I don't really need to use it. But it has bonuses to go along with it. And if I was using a lot of quick hacks and running it around quite quickly, it would be quite useful. Now, I've personally found it more useful. That was a cool finisher. More useful with smart weapons, and I'll show you that right now, actually. Let's jump out and go through smart weapons so you can see overclocking as well. Now, the right side of the intelligence tree, we have boosts to smart weapons. They mostly focus around locking onto targets and remaining locked on, though we do have a perk that regenerates RAM when we kill things with smart weapons. So combining quick hacking and smart weapons is really good. Then with smart synergy, when we overclock, we do more damage. So let's see how that works. Let's swap to our beautiful new smart weapon. For those who don't know, smart weapons lock onto targets when you look down the sights. I've just overclocked. And when you unleash, bullets will self-propel themselves towards the enemy. They won't do crazy things, but they will curve and go around corners. As you can see, it's quite effective. Now, overclock just wore off. You'll see I'll do slightly less damage now, so I might as well show off some quick hacking while we're reloading our weapon. You can see the magazine as well. They look like little missiles within it. So that explosion there was a combination between the quick hacking and our gun. Now let's move on up. We'll do some more quick hacking. I will weapon glitch this one and go for another on this one. Perfect. Then we can just unload on them without fear of retaliation. Now, if I hold right click, it locks. Then I can let go and hip fire and it still projects the bullets around the corner. It's not going to lock onto this guy well, is it? Just because he's hiding behind the roof. So this perk path is quite fun and very in-depth. You definitely won't be bored playing this. So give it a shot if you're looking for a mixture between using weapons and intelligence quick hacking. So that's everything. I'm interested to know which path you're most eager to try out, so let me know below. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, ciao friends.